What's up, everyone? Today we're tackling one of your most requested topics, nuclear bunkers. Can you actually build your own? And more importantly, would it save your life when you need it most? I've spent months researching this, talking to nuclear physicists, bunker experts, and people who've actually built their own shelters. What I found will shock you and might save you from making some very expensive, potentially deadly mistakes. By the end of this video, you'll know more about bunker construction than 99% of people out there. So let's dive deep underground and separate the facts from the Hollywood fiction. First, let's destroy some myths. Most people think about nuclear weapons based on old movies and Cold War documentaries. Big mistake. Modern nuclear weapons are absolutely nothing like the bombs dropped on Hiroshima and Nagasaki. Those had blast radii of about 1 mile. Modern thermonuclear weapons, we're talking blast radii of up to 100 miles. That's not a typo, 100 miles. Dr. Norman Kleiman from Columbia University put it perfectly. If you are 600 miles away from a thermonuclear device, maybe a shelter would help you. But if you're anywhere within that blast radius, the blast, the heat, the explosion, those are going to take you out. So we're not talking about surviving a direct hit. We're talking about surviving radioactive fallout, the vaporized material that gets sucked up into that mushroom cloud and falls back down over massive areas. Here's the good news. Radiation follows predictable physics. It travels in straight lines, can be blocked by dense materials, and decays over time. After 48 hours, radiation drops by 99%. After 2 weeks, it's down to 1% of initial levels. This is why bunkers can work, not to survive the blast, but to ride out those critical first 2 weeks when radiation is lethal. Not all radiation is equal. There are 3 types: alpha particles, stopped by paper, beta particles, stopped by aluminum, and gamma rays, the killers that can penetrate several feet of concrete. Your bunker needs to stop gamma rays, and this is measured by protection factor, PF. A PF of 100 means you get 1/100th the radiation of being outside. Here's where materials matter. 1 foot of concrete gives PF 10, 2 feet jumps to PF 40, 3 feet gets PF 200. Add lead lining, that same 3 feet can hit PF 1000. The math is brutal but simple. If radiation outside kills you in 1 hour, a PF 1000 bunker means you could stay outside for 1000 hours over 40 days for the same dose. But most DIY builders focus on walls and forget weak points. Your fancy radiation door means nothing if unshielded ventilation pipes are bringing in contaminated air. Let's talk costs, because this is where dreams meet reality. I analyzed dozens of projects, from DIY disasters to professional installations. The 5,000 DIY bunker that went viral? Complete failure. Container couldn't handle soil pressure, constant water leaks, useless ventilation. The owner had to abandon it within 2 years. Professional bunkers run $600,000 to $3,000 per square foot. A modest 10x10 bunker costs $60,000 to $300,000 just for construction. But that doesn't include site prep and excavation, $10,000 to $50,000 permits and engineering, $5,000 to $20,000 electrical and plumbing, $15,000 to $40,000 air filtration, $20,000 to $100,000 supplies and storage, $10,000 to $50,000 backup power, $15,000 to $75,000 total, $150,000 to $500,000 for a basic family bunker that might actually work. A Texas contractor told me 80% of his calls are from DIY builders who failed. Most common problem? Help, my bunker is full of water. Underground construction is incredibly complex. You're dealing with massive soil pressure that can crush improperly designed structures. I've seen shipping container bunkers completely pancaked by dirt weight. Shape matters enormously. Rectangular structures create stress points at corners where failures start. Professional bunkers use cylindrical or dome shapes that distribute loads evenly. But the #1 killer of amateur projects? Water management. Underground structures are boats buried in dirt. If water can get in, it will. YouTuber Mr. DigiG documented his bunker mistakes. 3 years later, constant leaks, condensation problems, structural issues. His biggest regret? Not investing in proper waterproofing from the start. Professional waterproofing uses multiple layers: exterior membranes, drainage systems, French drains, sump pumps, vapor barriers. Cost: $50,000 to $100,000 for a small bunker. Then there's ventilation. Literally life or death. You need clean air in, contaminated air out, filtering radioactive particles, HEPA filters, activated carbon, positive pressure systems. One ventilation mistake renders your bunker useless. Let me share the most dangerous mistakes I've documented. Mistake number 1. Shipping containers. Without reinforcement, containers aren't designed for burial. They handle stacking loads, not soil pressure. I found 3 documented cases of container bunker collapses. Steel walls buckle, corners fail, whole structure pancakes. You're building a tomb. Mistake number 2. Ignoring water tables. One Florida builder's bunker became a concrete submarine that floated up during heavy rains. Without proper surveys, you're building an underground swimming pool. Mistake number 3. Hardware store air filters. I've seen bunkers with residential fans and home air filters. You need industrial HEPA filters rated for radioactive particles, $20,000, $50,000 systems. Mistake number 4. Single points of failure. One door, one air intake, one power system. When any fail, you're trapped underground with no escape, no clean air, no power. Mistake number 5. No waste management. 2 weeks underground with your family generates serious human waste. Where does it go? How do you manage it without contaminating water or creating health hazards? Professional bunkers start with geological surveys. $10,000, $30,000 just for soil analysis and site evaluation. They use specialized materials you can't buy at Home Depot. Nuclear-grade concrete, lead-lined doors costing $15,000 each, ventilation systems worth more than most cars. They follow FEMA protective construction guidelines and military-hardened facility standards, requirements based on decades of nuclear testing. Compare that to typical DIY. Buy container online, rent weekend excavator, drop-in hole, cover with dirt. No engineering, no permits, no oversight. Atlas Survival Shelter's smallest family bunker starts at $200,000. But you get engineered design, NBC air filtration, redundant life support, 50-year warranty. Owner Ron Hubbard told me, "People think they'll save money doing it themselves, but usually spend more fixing mistakes than doing it right initially. If they're lucky enough, their mistakes don't kill them." Hard truth time. Most bunkers have serious limitations owners don't understand. Location problem. Within 20 miles of major cities, military bases, or strategic targets. Your bunker probably won't help. Modern weapons create firestorms extending dozens of miles with 1,000-degree heat. Duration problem. Most bunkers are designed for 2 weeks to 1 month. What if outside is uninhabitable for months or years? Food runs out, water depletes, air filters clog, power fails. Dr. Peter Caracappa from Colombia was brutally honest. Most bunkers are marketed by snake oil salesmen selling false security based on outdated Cold War thinking. Cold War weapons were maybe 20 kilotons. Modern weapons can be 50, 100 times more powerful. The Tsar Bomba was 3,000 times stronger than Hiroshima. Physics of survival changed dramatically at these scales, but bunkers can work in specific scenarios. Far from ground zero, proper radiation shielding, working life support, ability to stay sealed 2 weeks. Key phrase: well-built, professionally engineered, properly constructed, thoroughly tested. Case study. 1. The 5,000 YouTube disaster. Viral video claimed nuclear bunker for 5,000 using shipping container. Reality: walls buckling within 6 months, full of water within a year, abandoned within 2. Problems: wrong materials, no waterproofing, ignored physics. Case study 2. Texas professional success, $300,000 Atlas installation for family of 6. Started with geological survey, used steel-reinforced concrete with lead lining, military-grade air filtration, redundant power, proper waste management. 3 years later, fully functional, monthly system checks, everything works as designed. Case study 3. Converted basement failure. Family spent $50,000 converting basement. Ground-level air intake would suck radioactive fallout. Filtration rated for dust, not radiation. Additional concrete load caused foundation settling and cracks. During storm test, water intrusion killed electrical systems. Could have been death trap in real emergency. Analysis of 50 bunker projects revealed direct correlation between cost and survival probability. Under $50,000, 80% failure rate, $100,000, $250,000, 60% success rate, over $300,000, 95% success rate. But successful bunkers need ongoing maintenance most people don't consider. Air filters, $500 to $2,000 every 6 to 12 months. Generator maintenance and fuel. Water system updates, equipment replacement. One Montana owner spends $5,000 yearly on maintenance. Over 20 years, another $100,000 on top of construction. Major system failures cost enormous amounts. One family's air filtration failed after 5 years. Replacement, $35,000. Why? Specialized military-grade equipment with limited suppliers. Brutal economic reality. For bunker costs, you could relocate to safer regions. $300,000 buys distance from nuclear targets. Rural Montana, Wyoming land. Regular house, plus preparation supplies. Nobody discusses the psychological reality of confined underground living during crisis. I interviewed families who did extended bunker drills. Results were disturbing. Claustrophobia affects even non-sufferers. Underground confinement. Knowing deadly radiation exists outside creates indescribable psychological pressure. One family aborted planned week-long drill after 36 hours due to mother's panic attacks. Cabin fever multiplied by life-or-death stress. Small space, same people, recycled air, stored food, primitive waste systems. Unlike camping, you can't go home when done. Children particularly vulnerable. How explain to 6-year-old why they can't go outside? How keep them entertained in concrete box for weeks? Several families reported children developing behavioral problems. Psychological pressure causes dangerous decisions. One family ended drill on day 10, needing fresh air. In real scenario, that kills everyone. Solutions add cost. Artificial windows with LED outdoor scenes, $20,000, $50,000. Entertainment systems, $10,000, $25,000. Exercise equipment, $5,000, $15,000. Before concluding, consider alternatives to building bunkers. Geographic relocation. For bunker costs, move to regions with minimal nuclear targets. Rural Montana, Wyoming, North Dakota are hundreds of miles from likely targets. Community bunkers. Companies building large facilities for dozens, hundreds of families. Professional construction at fraction of per family cost. Vivos Group has community bunkers in South Dakota and Germany. Mobile preparation. Well-equipped RV and evacuation plans might be more practical than fixed bunker for many families. Existing structures. Basements, subway tunnels, parking garages, concrete commercial buildings provide significant radiation protection for critical first days. Key understanding. Survival isn't just initial nuclear event. It's long-term sustainability in changed world. Bunker gets you through first month. But what about next year? Next decade? Hard truths about nuclear bunkers. Truth 1. Most DIY bunkers won't save your life. They'll fail structurally, flood, or have life support failures potentially killing you faster than staying above ground. Professional help is mandatory. Truth 2. Even professional bunkers have serious limitations. They protect against specific threats under specific conditions, not magic safety guarantees. Truth 3. Scenarios where bunkers are most effective, limited exchange with distant fallout, are also scenarios where other strategies work as well at much lower cost. Truth 4. Bunkers require ongoing maintenance, supplies, preparation most people won't commit to. Without proper maintenance, it's expensive hole in ground. Truth 5. Psychological reality of bunker living is harder than most realize. Even perfect engineering means nothing if your family can't actually live there when needed. But bunkers aren't useless. For high-risk areas with significant resources and serious preparation commitment, professionally built bunkers absolutely save lives. Key is understanding what you're buying and what it cannot do. So, can you build your own nuclear bunker? And would it work? Technical answer, yes, if you do it right, spend enough money, use professionals, and commit to ongoing maintenance. Practical answer for most people, no. Costs are enormous, technical challenges immense, and scenarios where bunkers provide best protection might be better served by other strategies. Most important lesson, the process of researching bunker construction teaches valuable lessons about preparedness, risk assessment, and survival planning. Even deciding against bunkers makes you better prepared overall. Real lesson isn't about bunkers specifically. It's taking survival seriously. Whether building bunkers, relocating to safer areas, stockpiling supplies, or improving emergency plans, the key is informed decisions based on real information, not Hollywood fantasies. The best survival plan is one you actually follow through on, not one that sounds coolest in theory. Think critically, plan realistically, and remember, there are no easy answers to complex survival problems. Thanks for watching, stay safe out there, and I'll see you in the next video where we'll explore next topic teaser. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell.